It's a question that haunts millions of women who put their own dreams aside to raise a family. Is there something more for me? On what we call Plan B, we're finding out the answer is yes, there is, through some truly amazing women like Jane Carroll. Now, Jane's parents said, get a job, right? You know, become a secretary, marry the boss. But Jane had other ideas. It was a struggle. She tried to work her way through college. She dropped out. She got married. When she eventually got divorced, she was left with her young son, Michael, and bills to pay. And it was at that point that she was determined to make the small floral business she started in her own basement blossom to the next level, and the results are nothing short of amazing. Her work has been featured in magazines like Ezzy and O, and her clients include Michael J. Fox, Halle Berry, Calvin Klein, Samuel Jackson, Meredit, Viera, and her business grosses over $1 million a year. How did she do it? How can you do it? Here's Jane to tell us. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, Jane.
Thank you.
So you're struggling. You got a child, you got no money, it's tough, right?
Correct.
Okay. So how do you begin? Where do you get the money even to think of beginning?
Well, I actually started in my basement in the Bronx 9 years ago. And I used to put ads in the Penny Saver for wedding work. And people used to call me. My first wedding was actually in a diner in the Bronx. And then I eventually loaded up my van and I used to do craft shows. I used to load up my flowers, bring them to craft shows, take orders, get business that way.
So you're going to be a self-starter.
Absolutely.
Whether it's putting an ad in your local paper or going house to house if you're baking something or doing something. You've got to really go out and sell it.
And you have to research it. You know, you really, really have to research it. You have to get into the business, get books on the business, find out as much information as you possibly can. I worked part-time also for another company doing some flowers and learn the business aspects from it as well.
But you wanted to do it your way. I wandered into your warehouse a few years ago, and little did I know, you're in the same town as me, met you, you're very unassuming. I had no idea that you were sleeping there many nights.
You woke me up.
Oh, I did?
Yes.
Just to keep your business going, that it was almost a 24-hour-a-day business. But eventually you did decide to get a loan.
I did.
How could you do that with no collateral?
I got a loan. I actually went to the bank and tried to find out how I could secure a loan. I mean, I couldn't go to my family.
Did your family say, marry the boss, become a secretary?
Absolutely.
Will they still do it? Yeah?
Absolutely.
Jane, give it up.
Absolutely.
Well, your family had no money.
They didn't say give it up. People were a little amazed and they were scared for me. But I did. I went to the bank and they told me to, without collateral, go to the SBA, the Small Business Administration. And they're geared towards, they focus a lot on women and minorities. So I got the Yellow Pages out, found the local branch, went and met with them, and they gave me all the information I needed. 2 weeks later, I had a loan.
How much of a struggle was it, though? We're making it all seem very easy.
It's still a struggle. I mean, I had to learn how to be a businesswoman. I was a creative person who loved to design, loved gorgeous things, and to learn how to run a business is an incredible feat. I'm still learning today. It's late hours, 24 hours a day. You give up friends, family, you know, for days, months, weeks, especially in busy season. But now, it feels good, and my space is like home to me. People come to my space if they want to see me.
Well, what advice would you give to somebody then, Jane, who's starting out in terms of getting a business going?
Find your passion. Take as many classes as you possibly can. It doesn't need to be towards a degree. Just take anything you're interested in. Work part-time if you can for a company that focuses on what you want to do.
But what about the nights when you thought, I can't do this, I don't have any money coming in?
I've done that so many times. Everybody who knows me knows. I get up, I go to work, and sometimes I just can't do it anymore. And then I do a party, and the client is absolutely thrilled, and that's what keeps me going.
So you got to really...
You have to love what you do.
Love what you do, and not listen to people who say, you know, give it up. And,
absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I really felt in my heart this is what I wanted to do. Yeah. I love designing. My job is like being an interior designer for the day, my event work. I mean, it's just an incredible job.
Well, the most important thing when you're talking about it is the passion. And you have a passion. And look what the passion brought about. So will you describe some of these wonderful arrangements?
Absolutely. You want to start with the sunflowers?
Yeah, let's start with the sunflowers.
Those are fresh sunflowers. We pulled the petals off of the sunflowers so they stay for weeks upon weeks upon weeks. And we actually dug out the centers and dropped tea lights. So as your tea lights burn out, you just replace them. And everybody knows that sunflowers dry incredibly well. So those were our sunflower tea lights.
I just had a party for a friend, and Jane was nice enough to help me, and we had these on the table. They're just beautiful.
They're just an inexpensive way to get an incredible effect that's more artistic than fluff.
Huh. It's gorgeous. What's
And
up next?
this comes from my dad. My dad was into construction, loved wood. I love wood. So these are containers. Actually, there's a lid. You want me to grab it?
Oh, yeah. This one right
Yes.
here? Okay.
And these lids, it gets shipped. All of these items can be shipped anywhere in the country. It gets closed off, and it gets shipped out. And then the flowers dry. Most of the flowers dry beautifully.
You do flowers that you can have when they're fresh, and then when they dry, they last months, years sometimes.
Right. I mean, flowers, like anything else, are never going to last forever, but they will stay beautiful looking.
For a long time.
Yeah.
How about this?
These are my trugs. This is actually the prototype that I did. I used a fence post, and I sliced it, and then hand carved it a little bit and sanded it. And these are votive cups in here. So the flowers are in here. And once these die, you pop them out and take a standard-sized votive candle, pop it in, and it's yours forever.
So you were really very creative. You didn't just put a bunch of roses together.
No.
Yeah.
Well, you have to be, I would think, just to get noticed.
And recycling. That was big in my family.
Right.
So everything's recycled.
And what's under this lid?
This is my cake plate, I call it.
Centerpiece?
Another thing for Lisa's birthday. This is
Dries
perfect.
extremely well. I always hated the candle, the taper candle stuck in a centerpiece. So we just put tea lights and sunflowers. You can use them if you want or not.
And this
is going to be, any presenter will get this year?
This started my retail business online. Oprah's magazine contacted us, asked us to come up with a retail item. This was it. The Emmys, the Primetime Emmys contacted me and asked if we would provide them for all the nominees. And they're being presented tonight, actually, out in California, to all the nominees.
That's fantastic.
Congratulations.
Thank you so
they're
much.
beautiful to look at, and you're an inspiration. Did you all learn a few things? Yeah? Passion. You got to have passion. Our thanks to Jane Carroll. If you would like more information about anything you've seen here today, you can log on to our website. We'll be right back.